Hi, it's Sue here from Inspired Messages Monday, and here we are on the 2nd of March, which is great, isn't it? Because we can see spring is on its way. I've got the daffodils behind me, which I absolutely love. Daffodils and tulips are a very great favourite of mine, and so I alternate between one and the other because they make you smile and they make you feel happy. So the messages this month are quite unusual, I thought anyway, and it's basically that we are connected to the sky and to the stars and to the planets, and that we belong really to a celestial intelligence, and there's no separation really between human beings and the stars. And so anybody that says we're not connected to up there is mistaken. And I know as an astrologer that we do have this great connection. Otherwise, why would astrology work, and why would thousands of people be doing it all over the world and have been doing it for centuries? So I know that was the message that came through to me. So I obviously have to give that message out. But I did think it was a bit of an unusual message to get. But there were other things as well. So it was about standing for your beliefs, standing up for what you believe in, and standing in your own truth, and having the courage of your convictions, and not, cowering away from what you actually believe and what you want to convey to people. So I think it's really, really important that you do that, and you're not worried about what other people might say, particularly if you're a therapist and it's unusual and you try to keep that to yourself, which I think sometimes people do when they first get into it. So it is about standing in your own truth, being true to you, being true to your own beliefs, and actually sharing that knowledge with other people if you can. So the key words were hope, truth, intuition, communication, divination, and love. So that's hope, truth, intuition, communication, divination, and love. I like all those words, and those were the key words that came up in the messages for this month. So it must mean something, and I think we've got to use our intuition, and we have to put the truth out there, and we have to communicate, and we have to follow the signposts of what we're being told, synchronicity, and we have to hope, and we have to give out love. So that being said, for the 2nd of March, we start the week with the moon in the sign of Gemini. So emotionally, there will be a need to talk a lot, obviously, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury, was the messenger of the gods. So it means that we will want to communicate. And actually, there will be also the waxing half moon, where you can work on the goals that you actually made at the new moon back on the 23rd of February. And then on Tuesday, Venus, which is the planet of relationships and money, is going to square Saturn. So that might mean that money-wise, you may have to tighten your belt. It may be that it has an adverse effect on your relationships. It may make you feel unlovable or unable to enjoy yourself. Remember, it's only for the day. It's only for the 3rd, so it will go. Wednesday the 4th, Mercury, because it's going retrograde, moves back into Aquarius until the 18th of March. And that brings innovative ideas, flashes of brilliance, and it's the genius really. And Mercury is also sextiling Venus on Wednesday, but that's going to be late evening, and so that gives the ability to be charming and optimistic with your family or with your nearest and dearest. And then on the Thursday, Venus is going to move into its own sign of Taurus, and that will be till the 4th of April. And so this is going to give an ability to be sensitive and artistic, romantic, down to earth. And so you might get out into the garden, for instance. So you're connected with the earth energies and doing a bit of gardening. That would be great if we got some nice spring days. And then on Friday the 6th, the moon moves into Leo, and that will be there till early Sunday morning. And that brings a party feel to the weekend. So enjoy yourself and let your hair down. And then we jump to Sunday the 8th, where the sun is going to conjunct Neptune. So this is a great day for reflecting, meditating and being alone. And if you were to go on a retreat, that would be really good, because that transit would really lend itself. But in sharp contrast also on that day, we've got Venus, this planet of relationships, conjunct Uranus, which can be very unpredictable, and that craves excitement, particularly connected to relationships. So I don't know which one is going to have an effect on you. It would be interesting to see, and let me know if you feel either of those work for you. And then on Monday the 9th, we're going to have the full moon in the sign of Virgo. Now, the full moon is going to be opposite Neptune, and Neptune can bring deception. So it may cause deception or confusion or scandal of some kind. So that'll be interesting to see if that's happening in the media on that day. And actually Neptune can also bring anguish over illness. So I was thinking maybe the coronavirus, there might be some kind of problem with that, maybe it's spread more. And also, interestingly, we're going to have a trine with that full moon to Jupiter. Now, Jupiter can bring trust and faith and expansion, but will it bring expansion in the fact that the coronavirus spreads because we've got the Neptune in there? I don't know. So we need to watch out for that as well. So watch out for that full moon. And honestly, full moons are about, writing down what we don't want, and sitting in the moonlight and saying, this is no longer of any use to me in my life, so please remove it. So if you do a new moon ritual, set the scene and music and incense and write your list, and then, sit in the moonlight and say, I don't want the coronavirus, if we all did that, because that energy is powerful. Okay, and then on Tuesday the 10th, Mercury is going to go direct after it's been retrograde, and that brings a sigh of relief to us all, doesn't it? As all communications get back to normal. So if you've experienced hold-ups and delays during the Mercury retrograde phase, then you might find that you're likely to make progress. It might not be at once. You might have to leave it in a short while. It doesn't happen dead on, because that Mercury retrograde is still in the shadow. Okay, and then on Wednesday the 11th, we're going to have the Sun sextile Jupiter, which is a great transit. It gives you a positive attitude towards expansion and working towards your goals. Makes you feel like you can tackle anything. You can climb Mount Everest, But the only thing is not to overdo it, and then you regret it. So realise you've got this energy, but don't go too crazy. And then on Thursday the 12th, the moon moves into Scorpio, and that will move into Scorpio at 9:30 a.m. on Thursday the 12th until Sunday early morning. So that's quite a long time. Now, obviously, when the moon is in a sign, you have to take notice of the sign it's in. And Scorpio is very deep, so, and we're talking about your emotions. So emotions will be felt on a deep level, particularly if you've got Scorpio in your chart. You're going to feel it more than most. So it might bring tension, it might bring jealousy, or it could bring passion, and like the moth to the flame and not being able to keep away from somebody. We don't know, but all emotions will be felt deeply. And Saturday the 14th, we're going to have Mars sextiling Neptune. You will have the energy and drive to help others, really, who need you to fight their corner. So that's a great thing to have on the 14th. And also on the 14th, we're going to have the Sun sextiling Pluto. So both of these are good transits to have. And the Sun-Pluto aspect is a great transit for transformation. So transforming situations around you, maybe, particularly with the Mars and the Neptune, you know, people less fortunate. So I think a lot could be done on that day, particularly to do with charity work, maybe. Okay, so we finished with the affirmation for the next month. So hand on heart every morning till we come back, and you're saying, following my intuition opens up new opportunities. Following my intuition opens up new opportunities. So say that every morning and see what happens. Please get in touch, tell me how you're getting on, and do sign up for my newsletter, which you can do on my website on the contact page. My website is www.astrologysue.com. Right, so, and then I've got a new website, and I've got links to all sorts of things to my YouTube channel, and I've got free ebooks if you've not had them. So lots of things to look at. And obviously, if you buy my astrology courses through the website and through my newsletter, then you're going to get it at a special price. And that's just for you, for subscribing and listening to me and connecting with me. And obviously, if you need help, you want a reading, you're at a time of change, you know where I am. Just contact me. Okay, have a fabulous month, and I'll speak to you at the beginning of April. So bye for now.